Have you ever been home alone and felt a chill crawl up your spine? Tonight, we're diving into 3 true Home Alone horror stories that will leave you sleeping with the lights on. Get ready, because these aren't your typical tales. These are real-life accounts of terror experienced within the supposed safety of one's own home. Tales that will make you question your solitude. Story 1. The Shadow Figure. Sarah was just 10 years old when her parents left for a weekend trip, a time she initially anticipated with glee. Excited for the freedom, she immediately started a movie marathon, popcorn in hand, lost in the cinematic world. It was late, and the house was dark, except for the eerie glow of the TV, casting long dancing shadows. Suddenly, she felt watched. A dark figure, tall and gaunt, stood at the edge of her vision in the hallway, its form obscured by the shadows. Sarah froze, unable to scream, a primal fear gripping her. The figure slowly glided towards her door before disappearing into the darkness, leaving an unsettling void. Terrified, she stayed awake, every creak of the house now sounding like a threat, sending her heart racing. When her parents returned, she poured out her story, her voice trembling. They found nothing, dismissing it as a childish nightmare. But Sarah never forgot the chilling presence of the shadow figure, a constant reminder of that terrifying night. Story 2. The Uninvited Guest. Mark, a college student living on a shoestring budget, lived alone in a creaky old house on the outskirts of town. The house, old and weathered, had a character of its own, with its groaning floors and whispering drafts. One stormy night, the wind howling outside like a banshee, he heard a scratching at his back door. Assuming it was a stray animal seeking shelter from the elements, he initially ignored it, engrossed in his studies. The scratching persisted, growing more frantic, turning into persistent, frantic pounding that echoed through the house. Hesitantly, he peered through the peephole, his heart pounding in his chest. A gaunt, pale face stared back, its eyes wide and vacant, filled with a chilling emptiness. He quickly retreated, fear surging through him, barricading the door with whatever he could find. The pounding continued for hours, accompanied by whispers he couldn't understand, carried on the wind. When morning finally came, the storm had passed, and the door was untouched, yet a deep sense of dread lingered in the air, a feeling that something unseen, something malevolent, still lurked within the shadowed depths of the house. Story 3. The Phone Call. Emily, a young woman, was home alone on a cold winter evening, the snow falling softly outside, blanketing the world in a pristine white silence. The silence was soon shattered when the phone rang, a shrill sound that pierced the stillness. A distorted voice on the other end, raspy and unsettling, simply whispered her name, followed by heavy, labored breathing that seemed to fill her ears. She hung up, deeply unnerved, a sense of foreboding washing over her, but the phone rang again, its persistent ringing a torment. This time, the voice repeated her name, each syllable a chilling echo, and she could hear footsteps, heavy and deliberate, in her house, the floorboards creaking under an unknown weight. Panic surged through her, a cold wave of terror that threatened to overwhelm her as she realized, with chilling certainty, that she wasn't alone. She grabbed her phone and hid in her closet, clutching the phone tightly, calling the police, her voice trembling with fear. When the officers arrived, they found no one, no trace of an intruder, but the unsettling feeling of being watched, the knowledge that something had been in her home, never left her. The house, once a sanctuary, was now a source of constant fear, a place where she could never truly feel safe again. So, there you have it. 3 true Home Alone horror stories, tales designed to send shivers down your spine. They serve as a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest threats come from the places we feel the safest, and that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected corners. Sleep tight if you can. And remember, lock your doors.